Hey, it's Jen and Christine, and we're going to show you our
student planner.
Get ready.
So first, you can follow along in your handout that we made that you should have at your table, and we're just going to go item by item, and then the second part is a separate planning tool that we'll talk about later. So when you open up your planner, the first thing you'll see is your year at a glance calendar. And then your PACES day schedule. And this is where your student will be able to put their citizenship, their class schedule, the materials they need. They can make a packing day list. And also down here is the PACES color code. And this is the color code that we use for everything. The color of the folders, the study guides. Like English will have red folders. They will have red study guides. And pretty much anything that goes towards English will be red. And it really is a great way to keep everything straight. This is our quarterly calendar. It has 14 ideas and also our quarter calendar with our PACES themes here. And every Tuesday, of course, is our PACES day. And the way that it is laid out is you can see lightly on each day, like here it says week 1. And then your PACES day is Tuesday. That's the end of week 1. And then on Wednesday in PACES, that's when we start our next week. So you can always look on the day you're at and see which week of coursework you should be doing. This is the first half of our goal planning that we have in the planner. This is the quarter 1 action plan. It has a place for the student to have a master project list that they're working on in academics and personal, a master action list for all areas of their life, academic, family, social, and health, and then a miscellaneous items for academic and personal as well. And this just helps them keep track of things that they want to do and things they are working on. And then down here is the quarterly goals section where they will actually set their goal. And the thought process behind this is that this is really a teaching tool to help them organize and goal plan. So we really want them to just pick one goal to focus on and really hone in what it means to problem solve during goal planning, to gather materials, and all of that. So you will just have one goal and fill out all of these things. This is the reading log and God in Action page. The reading log is really a place where your student can keep up with their reading. My son loses his bookmark constantly or things get undog-eared. So this is a great way in the progress bar to put like chapter 13 or page 10 is where they stopped so that you can really keep a progress. And so they just have to look back here to see where they are in their book. And they get to rate it, which is always fun. And then below in the God in Action section, there's a prayer request section and a praise section. This is a great fun tool that you can use in study group or with your family, or they can do it individually.
And now to time management. How exactly do your students use their time? That's what the next part of the planner is about. Now I'd like to draw your attention to the main part of the planner, the weekly planning pages. The task list. Notice the color code at the top. The student will take the assignment syllabus for all of their subjects and PACES and add their assignments to this list. Now the weekly time spread. This is where the student will take all of this information that they have recorded here and decide when to do it here. Okay, notice that we start on Wednesday. That's when our PACES week starts, right? The first thing you need to know is how long things are going to take. If you're like most of us, you don't really know. Your student doesn't really know. What we suggest that you do at first is to use this section as a recording time rather than a planning time. If you use the Pomodoro technique, then you will notice that each section can be broken down into 30-minute increments with 25 minutes of uninterrupted work with a 5-minute break. If your student starts working at 9, starts working on a task at 9 a.m., they would notate there at 9 a.m. when they start working. And when they stop working on the task, they would notate where they stop working. After doing this for a few weeks or a quarter or 2 quarters, your student will have a better idea of how long it actually takes them to do things. In addition, they will see when they're wasting time too. And that, as you know as a parent, is very important. You will also see that we have the Bible memory verse, a calendar, looking ahead, planning checklist, and the personal evaluation. Turn to the second page of your handout to read more about those topics. Also, I want to draw attention over here. This is quarter 1, week 2. That's where you'll find that. In addition, down here, when your student has completed the work at the end of the week before you go to PACES, you need to check off that they did these items and sign the parent accountability. I will be asking your B-level students to turn the planner in so that I can check their work and I can check the parent accountability to make sure that you knew what they were doing. Okay, that's good. And now, Mrs. Miller, back to you.
So this is the second part of our goal planning. In the student planner, this is the quarter 1 review, and you can find it at the end of each quarter. This is their goal that they made, and then now they're going to assess how they did it. Did they achieve it, or do they need to modify it? How easy or difficult was it? Who benefited? What skills did they gain? What skills do they need to work on? What unmet objectives do they have? What are their next actions? So you get the idea. Then academic goals, this is really a section where they can record teacher feedback. They can record your feedback for them or their teacher at PACES. And this will just help them assess, are they really paying attention to that feedback? And are they making progress with that feedback as well? And it really makes that feedback relevant, so they really know why we're doing it. So in the appendix, we do have a section for summer goal planning, and there's a calendar and goal planning, and then also a progress tracker that you can use. And then we have the paper and header example for PACES. This is a great reference because this is really how all of your papers should be set up for your PACES students when they turn things in. Then there's IEW stylistic techniques for English, banned words for English, proofreading. This will help them understand their teacher's marks on their paper. Note-taking, a good reference for most of their classes. This is symbols and abbreviations for note-taking to help them with shorthand. Contact list, and then online account info and online resources. And then last is a more in-depth quarter goal planning that you can actually photocopy and use as many times as you want, and it just walks them through the steps a little bit more specifically. Happy planning!
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.